Welcome back to this self-discipline series. In part 1, we freed ourselves from the myth of willpower, realizing real discipline is about smart system and is actually not about the brute force. In part 2, it was all about building those foundational habits and routines. You have laid the groundwork for consistency. If you have been putting in that effort, you are likely to feel more in control. But in today's world, consistency is just a starting point. We are living in a world where we are bombarded with distractions of all kinds. So how do we really go beyond the basic routines? Today we are leveling up to self-discipline systems, and that's essentially going to be the deep focus. We are not just aiming for those basic habits, but we are going to go beyond. We are going to level up our systems to drive routines that will enable us to have deep focus. Welcome back to the Unfold Learning Podcast. This is your host Kaustav, an engineer turned into a school teacher, a trainer, a facilitator, HR professional, and now creating this content with you all. Here we unfold the aspects of self-development, self-discovery, growth mindset by breaking the stereotypes and the convention. If this interests you, then don't miss to watch the previous videos and then subscribe to the channel, like, share, and do comment, and that will help me to feel encouraged and have more of you in this journey of unlearning and learning and essentially evolving ourselves to be a better human being. On that note, let's get started. As I said before, today we are going to move beyond the basic routines, and I'd like to introduce you all to deep work. Deep work is a powerful concept. It's about dedicating yourself to distraction-free concentration on cognitively demanding tasks. It's when you are fully immersed, pushing your limits, and creating your most valuable work. Imagine a magnifying glass focusing the scattered sunlight into a converging point, and it becomes such a powerful concentrated beam. That's deep work that we are trying to achieve. So what is really a deep work? Deep work isn't just the wishful thinking. It's a system dependent. Your self-discipline systems become the container for the deep work. They are what protect your precious focused time and minimizes the shallow work. The emails, the notifications, the checkboxes, the checklists, and the busy work that constantly fragments your attention. It's about designing your environment and routines to force focus, not just hoping for it. We are creating systems that make deep work almost inevitable. Let me actually explain you how to really categorize between a deep work and a shallow work. And this I would like to do by sharing with you this table. Now, when you look at this table, any work that would require significant mental effort and focus would be under the deep work, or any work that can be done mindlessly would actually come under the shallow work. Now, interestingly, think about your day-to-day work, your day-to-day actions, and which of those would you actually put into the deep work category and into the shallow work category. For me, some of the examples which I can share as my deep work or shallow work are writing a complex report or an article. I'll put it under the deep work. Answering routine emails, I'll actually put it under the shallow work because there is an intuitive process that is already baked in. Another example is, let's say, analyzing complex data versus filling out forms. Another example, learning a new skill or a concept versus attending a non-critical meeting, right? Now, that's really, really important when you think about leveling up your routines and systems to categorize the deep work and the shallow work. Well, let me tell you the most important thing first. Remember, constantly switching tasks and battling distraction isn't just annoying, but it's cognitively expensive and overwhelming. Deep work systems are designed to minimize the context switching costs, which means one task, one hat, another task, another hat. Some people also call it as multitasking, but that is something which is cognitively very overwhelming. The less the context switching, the switching of hats for different tasks, the more the productivity you will experience. These are the next few steps that I'm going to share with you, or rather, the exercises that you need to engage in to actually establish a holistic deep work system. Exercise 1: distraction audit and elimination. As I talk you through this, you will see me doing the same on my own template so that you are able to register the same of how to go about it and do it by yourself. This has got 4 steps. Step number 1: you must first identify and decimate the focus thieves in your lives. Simple example: scrolling Instagram or any social media app, right? It is something that kind of pulls you out of your focus. Number 2: for the next 24 hours or ideally a week, track every distraction that pulls you away from your focused work. It could be an abrupt phone call, it could be an abrupt article that kind of comes to you, or a notification, whatever. Think about it and start noting it down. Number 3: categorize each distraction into these forms: internal, that are wandering thoughts, anxieties, fear, etc; external, the noise outside, interruptions; the digital, notifications, social media; and also environmental, the clutter, the uncomfortable workspace, whatever it may be. Its severity basis how much it really impacts your own focus. Think about all of those and categorize them in these aspects as I am doing it here for this particular example. Once you have your audit, create an elimination strategy for each major distraction, because what you're going to do is, as you think about your distraction, mark a number in terms of severity of its impact. It can be on a scale of 1 to 5, it can be on a scale of 1 to 10, whatever helps you to understand the severity. Now, this isn't about willpower, it's about the systemic design. For example, turn off notifications, use noise cancelling headphones, schedule worry time to deal with internal distractions, declutter your workplace, be proactive. These are all some of the strategies that could be used when you think of eliminating the distractions. Now, what you see here on the table is an example out of my own life where I have identified the kind of distraction, categorized it, marked the severity, and listed some of the elimination strategy out there. Exercise 2 is time blocking for deep work. Allocating specific time slots for specific focused work, just like your scheduling of important meetings. This isn't about fitting the deep work in when you have time, it's actually about making time. And trust me, smallest of the small action should be blocked as well, because that is what will help you to kind of ensure that you're driven by the system and not by your willpower. First, identify your peak focus time. I am someone who works really well in the morning, and then there is a patch between 4 to 6 where I work really well. Those are the times where I will allocate for my big chunk works where I would want to focus on my deep work, right? So identify your peak focus times, and it is a time in a simple way where you are naturally very alert, very proactive, you feel productive. Schedule about 60 to 90 minutes of block exclusively for your deep work activities. Treat these blocks as the non-negotiables. Name these blocks clearly in your calendar. You can call it the deep work block, Project Alpha, blah, 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 whatever makes you feel excited, right? Communicate to anyone who needs to know that you are getting into that D&D mode. Ensure that you create your environment that will allow you to experience that deep work during those peak times of your day. If you are able to do these two exercises, if you are able to manage your systems in alignment with these experiences, trust me, you are going to not only experience consistency, but you will end up leveling up your self-discipline with effective systems, irrespective of your willpower, irrespective of those, mantras, the motivational talks, etc., etc. Self-discipline is directly proportional to the kind of systems that you surround yourself with and that you engage yourself with. So it's your opportunity to kind of break the stereotypes, break the convention, and excel to be that better human being. So, as a next step, I'd request you to create your own distraction audit and elimination strategy. Exercise the time blocking on your own calendar and treat it as your action plan, as your go-to space to know how would you be on every single day. Hope that you will keep refining your systems, you will keep experimenting, and you will be amazed to see the results. By the way, do let me know what actually works. There could be other aspects that you already have been trying and doing, and that has helped you to kind of level up your self-discipline and be away from that willpower element. But if these things have helped you, do let me know. It is always good to hear from people, and it's the constructive feedback which kind of keeps me going. I hope this was useful. I hope you had something new to kind of take back with yourself and incorporate into your day-to-day lives. I believe that this 3-part series of self-discipline, which by the way, if you haven't seen the first 2 parts, do go check out those 2 as well and the other videos. And remember to subscribe, like, share and comment and For Learning podcast. I will see you soon with more interesting topics. Till then, take care of yourself and people around. And thank you for being there. See you soon.